Life has a funny way of surprising us. Sometimes it is a happy surprise, like getting married or having a baby. Other times it is something difficult, like losing a job or facing unexpected bills. No matter what kind of change it is, one thing is certain: your budget will not stay the same forever. The real question is, how do you adjust your budget when life changes? If you have ever felt overwhelmed by sudden shifts in income or expenses, this video is exactly for you. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will know step by step how to keep your money under control no matter what life throws at you. Let us start with a simple truth. A budget is not a rigid plan written in stone. It is a living tool, something that should evolve as your life evolves. If your income, lifestyle, or priorities change, then your budget must reflect that change too. Think of it like steering a car. If the road curves, you do not keep driving straight. You turn the wheel. The same goes for money management. When life shifts, you adjust your budget. Imagine Sarah, a young professional who just got her first full-time job. She built her budget around rent, transportation, food, and savings. Everything was going smoothly. Then she received unexpected news. She was going to be a mother. Suddenly her budget looked completely different. Baby supplies, medical costs, and extra savings for the future became urgent. Sarah could have panicked, but instead, she sat down and reworked her budget line by line. That decision gave her peace of mind and a sense of control. This is the power of adjusting your budget when life changes. The first step is awareness. You need to recognize when a major change has taken place. Sometimes it is obvious, like starting a new job or moving to another city. Other times it creeps up slowly, like rising grocery prices or gradual lifestyle changes. Awareness means paying attention to your money flow. Ask yourself, has my income changed? Have my expenses increased or decreased? Has my lifestyle shifted in a way that affects my money? By identifying these changes early, you can act before your budget breaks down. Once you are aware of the change, the second step is prioritizing. Not every expense is equally important. When life shifts, your priorities must shift too. Let us say you have been saving for a vacation, but then your car breaks down and needs a costly repair. In that moment, your priority changes. The vacation fund can wait, but you need a working car to get to work. By ranking your needs clearly, you ensure that your money supports what truly matters right now. A good trick for prioritizing is to divide expenses into 3 layers. The first layer is essentials: housing, food, utilities, and healthcare. The second layer is financial goals: savings, investments, and debt repayment. The third layer is lifestyle extras: entertainment, dining out, and hobbies. When life changes, the first layer must always be protected. You can adjust the second and third layers depending on the situation. For example, if you lose your job, you focus on essentials first and reduce lifestyle extras immediately. This keeps you stable until your income returns. Now let us talk about flexibility. A flexible budget gives you breathing space. This means setting aside a portion of your income as a cushion, often called an emergency fund. If you have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved, you can handle sudden changes without panic. Imagine losing your job tomorrow. With an emergency fund, you can still pay your rent, buy food, and take care of your family while you look for work. Without it, you may fall into debt quickly. Building flexibility into your budget is one of the smartest moves you can make. Sometimes, life changes bring more income, not less. For example, maybe you received a promotion or started a profitable side hustle. It is tempting to increase your spending right away, but the best move is to adjust your budget wisely. Allocate part of the extra income to savings or debt repayment before increasing lifestyle expenses. That way, you make long-term progress instead of just short-term enjoyment. Here is another example. Mark and Julia were a young couple who both worked full-time jobs. When Julia decided to stay home after their baby was born, their household income dropped by almost half. At first, they struggled, but then they sat down together and redesigned their budget. They cut unnecessary subscriptions, reduced dining out, and set strict grocery limits. They also looked for ways to earn extra money on the side. Within months, they found a new balance. The important lesson here is that budget adjustments are not about cutting joy from your life. They are about realigning your spending with your new reality. At this point, let me pause and remind you, if you are finding this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to Financial Freedom Path. That way, you will not miss any future videos full of practical tips that help you master your money. Now let us move to a powerful strategy. Review and revise regularly. Life changes may be sudden or gradual, but either way, your budget must be reviewed on a consistent basis. A good practice is to review it every month and do a deeper revision every 3 to 6 months. This habit keeps your budget up to date and ensures that small changes do not grow into big problems. For instance, if your utility bills have been creeping up month after month, you will notice it quickly during a review and can take action. Technology can help here. Budgeting apps and expense trackers can make it easier to see where your money is going in real time. With these tools, you can spot patterns like spending too much on delivery food or forgetting about automatic subscriptions. Technology gives you clarity, and clarity makes it easier to adjust your budget when needed. Another important aspect is mindset. Adjusting your budget is not just about numbers. It is also about how you think and feel about money. Many people see budget changes as negative, as if they represent failure. But in truth, adjustments are signs of strength. They show that you are flexible and proactive. Think of it like adjusting sails on a boat. The wind changes direction and you adapt. Without adjustment, the boat drifts aimlessly. With adjustment, you stay on course. This mindset helps you see budgeting as an empowering process, not a punishment. Let us also talk about communication. If you live with a partner, family, or roommates, budget changes affect everyone. Open and honest conversations are essential. For example, if you and your spouse decide to cut back on dining out, you both need to understand why and agree on the plan. Otherwise, one person may feel restricted while the other feels ignored. Communication ensures that everyone rows in the same direction. To wrap up the main points, let us review. First, recognize when life has changed and be aware of how it affects your money. Second, set new priorities and protect the essentials. Third, build flexibility into your budget with emergency savings. Fourth, revise your budget regularly to keep it accurate. Fifth, maintain the right mindset and treat adjustments as a strength, not a weakness. Sixth, communicate with the people in your life to make sure everyone understands and supports the plan. These 6 principles will keep your budget strong no matter how life shifts. Here is a final story. David was in his mid-30s when he suddenly lost his job due to company downsizing. At first, he felt crushed. But because he had practiced these budgeting principles, he was prepared. His emergency fund covered his rent and bills. He cut back on extras, kept track of every expense, and focused on his priorities. After a few months, he found a new job, and because he had not fallen into debt, he was able to pick up right where he left off. His ability to adjust his budget made the difference between crisis and resilience. So the next time life throws a curveball, remember that your budget is not your enemy. It is your greatest tool to stay in control. Do not be afraid to adjust it, reshape it, and make it work for your new reality. That is how you stay on the financial freedom path. If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button right now and join our growing community of people learning to master money step by step. In the next video, we will dive into the topic of building a savings plan that actually works. Even if you feel like saving money is impossible, you do not want to miss it.